The story behind Wizard Power is a simple one. In 2005, the Australian National University approached me to commercialise research they'd been doing for over 20 years into concentrating solar technology. Their research had been focused on using large dishes, parabolic dishes, which are the most efficient way of concentrating the sun's energy. Following their approach, we analysed the marketplace and recognised that the market had a real opportunity, particularly in the space of dispatchable power, for which the big dishes they had been researching were particularly suited. So following on from this, we also researched the deficiencies and strengths of that technology, and by far the major deficiency is the cost of the technology. And so the first effective research that we undertook was into how to reduce the costs of that technology. And having achieved that, in about 2009 we registered some patents, having done quite a deal of work with the ANU, funded in part with a $3.5 million grant from the Commonwealth Government. We were in a position then to enter the market with some very competitive technology. Wizard Power's current positioning in the marketplace, it's an interesting question. We're a relatively new company, but we already have our first commercial project. That project is in Whyalla in South Australia, and it's known as the Solar Oasis project. It's a 40 megawatt project supported by a $60 million grant from the Commonwealth Government. We have a significant pipeline of projects that we're looking to do both in Australia and internationally at various stages of development. And all of this fits into a context of a marketplace which the International Energy Agency predicts will grow to around 330 gigawatts. That's over $500 billion worth of technology by 2030. So what is our business model and how do we deliver it? That's again another question which provides for some interesting answers, because this is an interesting marketplace and we've got an interesting product. A big dish is a large beast. It weighs about 20 tonnes and is over 500 square metres in surface area, and therefore it's best built on site. To build something on site requires a different range of capabilities and relationships than having a factory somewhere, and as a consequence we came up with a business model which is based on licensing, where we, rather than acting as a constructor or developer, license the developer to use our designs and plans, and in doing so give them the freedom to choose every other contractor and supplier they need as best suited to their local environment, and even to control the building process as best suited to their local environment. And this gives us a really strategic advantage in a range of marketplaces. In addition, our approach allows us to fundamentally change the way you might grow a business like this. In a market which is growing rapidly and which has the potential to grow far more rapidly, one needs a strategy inside your business which doesn't get in the way of growth. So we've been able to create in our management team small, highly focused group of people who can react rapidly to the market and rapidly to the requirements of clients, who we've surrounded with a group of strategic alliances from other corporate businesses that themselves are capable of servicing the same sort of growth. And as a consequence, we don't restrict our ability to react to the speed with which this market's likely to develop. Milestones we've achieved in the last 12 months include the continued development of our business program that's getting out into the marketplace and finding new business opportunities and nurturing the ones we already have. In addition to which, we've been working fairly assiduously on a program to further reduce the cost of our dishes. It's a long-term strategy which goes for over 6 years and is aimed at quite a dramatic further cost reduction in the production costs of those dishes. Additionally, we've been working towards the delivery of the Whyalla Solar Oasis project, and with it planning for a scalable mirror factory. Given that the International Energy Agency is predicting a market of over $500 billion by 2030 for this technology, how do we see Wizard Power being set up and situated to tackle that marketplace? Well, as I noted previously, we've come up with a business model which allows us and our close supply network to react very well to that marketplace by not tying ourselves to what I might describe as the heavy side of the load, the construction, heavy engineering type work, and therefore enables us to service a large number of projects rather than being restricted as if we were the project developer to a few projects at a time. Now, in looking at that, one can take it a step further because the International Energy Agency only really addresses the electricity market, and I touched previously on the fact that there is a potentially great market in the high and ultra high heat market, which is not included in their predictions but quite possibly reflects a similar value in terms of market size. Over the next 1 to 3 years, we will be focusing initially on the delivery of our Whyalla project and associated developments in some of our manufacturing facilities for our solar mirrors. We will in that time again be developing further our international market, and we'd be hoping to put in place the first of our international projects and hopefully the expansion of the Whyalla project in Australia and quite possibly a second Australian project. My message for any potential shareholder is to contemplate the fact that this is a rare opportunity to get on board a company which has a significant opportunity in a new marketplace, a very large, potentially very large marketplace, a technology that doesn't have a competitive equivalent, at a time when that technology is just taking off. So being an Apple buyer in the 1990s, not an Apple buyer in 2012. More information on Wizard Power can be found at our website, which is wizardpower.com.au. We have a Twitter feed and we also have a Facebook page. But we're very conservative and very careful about our intellectual property. So the best way to find out a lot about us is to come and talk to us.